Hi Diane. So let me just share with you this concept on why I think you should hold on to your urban residence and still buy your next property instead of selling urban residence to buy HDB. This is just a concept and you can tweak the figures according to your situation later. But let me just share this with you first. Imagine today you buy a property at, let's say, $700,000 for example. Okay, your outlay, your down payment would be 140,000. Okay, and you buy for 700,000. For example, investment property. Okay, so let's say based on $700,000, your estimated monthly installment is $2,000, for example. And let's say you are able to rent it out at $1,500, for example. Okay, so how much are you losing every month? Right? So you take this minus this. Every month you are losing $500. Okay, so assuming you hold this property for the next 30 years, and you decided to sell it 30 years later. Let's assume that the property market is very bad and you didn't make a single cent. In fact, you lost money. 30 years later, you sell it at a loss. Let's say, for example, you sell it at $650,000. Okay, in 30 years, okay, so basically you sell at $650,000, you would have lost $50,000 from when you bought it at $700,000, right? And this is the amount of money that you lose every month. And in 30 years, this would amount to $180,000, right? So assuming you sell at $650,000, okay, how much would you have lost? Because over here you're losing $500 a month. Over 30 years, you have lost $180,000, and when you sell at $650,000, you already lost $50,000 from when you bought it, right? So this concept would explain to you why you need to buy a private property instead of a HDB, especially if it's an investment property, right? Because if you were to buy your next property, the urban residence will become your investment property. So we can tweak the figures later, but generally this is the concept. Okay, so let's see how much you actually make or lose. If you sell at this price, how do you calculate how much you make or lose? Is very simple. You take the selling price minus away your outlay, which is $140,000, minus away the money that you have lost over the 30 years, which is $180,000. So this amount of money would be how much you make or lose, right? So 650 minus 140 minus 180 amounts to $330,000. That is considering 30 years down the road, you sell your property at a loss, right? And considering the fact that your monthly rental cannot even cover your mortgage. Over 30 years, you lose $180,000. End of the day, when you sell at $650,000, minus away your outlay, minus away the money that you've lost, $180,000, you still make $330,000. Right? This concept is very simple. It goes to show that for as long as your rental is able to cover your interest, right, and all the miscellaneous things like your management fee and stuff like that, end of the day you will still make money. So this can only happen when your property, your investment property is being rented out, right? Versus if you buy a HDB and you and your husband's name will be stuck in there for 5 years. You cannot buy a private residential property for the next 5 years. And this concept cannot apply to you.